Hello Dragon Wisps, welcome to today's Advent Calendar video. Before I get into it, I'd like to remind everybody that if you'd like to see a video on the channel, feel free to comment below and I will do my best to get one up of that nature. Of course, if you would like to have a guarantee that I will make your video, feel free to head over to the Patreon page. You know, shameless plug there, but I digress. So, today's video is going to be a comparison of the three How the Grinch Stole Christmas movies. I'm going to do it by category. So, like, I'll do, let's say, length, character development, story, stuff like that. So, let's get into that, shall we? So, as far as length goes, there's not really much to say there. Obviously, the Jim Carrey and new one, I can't remember who did the new one. It's one of the big animation studios, I think. Anyway, obviously those are going to be longer because they're full-length adaptations of the story, like of the classic Dr. Seuss book. Whereas the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas was just a reading with animation and a song or two added. So yeah, there's that part. Character development. I feel that while the original did have great character development as far as the Grinch goes, because you know he went from being this cold, heartless green fellow who hated Christmas and just all the Who's down in Whoville, he ends up becoming a warm, loving, warm, caring, lovable member of the community by the end of it. But like, I feel with the other two, he develops so much more. You know, like in the Jim Carrey version, little Cindy Lou Who constantly chit-chatting with him throughout the movie. Like, you can see various points where he's like, oh yeah, perhaps, you know, perhaps there's more than I thought. Meh, I'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. You know, he starts to warm up to them, and then the mayor pulls his nonsense, and the Grinch goes back to being, I hate it all. I hate it. This is why I'm gonna steal Christmas. But then, you know, once again, becomes a warm, caring, lovable member of the community. And then we've got the character development in the newest How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which I feel is leaps and bounds because it also includes, you know, other characters' development. You know, you got Cindy Lou Who, you know, her and her friends, they're striving to find the meaning of Christmas and find Santa Claus, meaning of Christmas and but anyway, you know, find Santa Claus, ask him for her Christmas wish specifically, sort of thing. The Grinch's neighbor didn't really develop much. He was always just this happy bearded fellow throughout the entire movie. So he doesn't. You know what? There wasn't actually a lot of character development. Most of the people stayed the same. So anyway, so there's the character development comparison. Now let's go into story. So the original, as I had already stated, was just a reading of the story with a little bit of animation. So technically, as far as story goes, that's the one that's most true to the classic literature of Dr. Seuss. And then we have the Jim Carrey one, which, as I had mentioned, so like, he starts off just flat out, he just hates it. He hates it. And as the story develops, you start to learn more and more about why he hates it. Apart from the fact that he was born hating Santa Claus, apparently. He tried as a young fellow to embrace it when he wanted to impress Martha Mayhew. I think that was her name. But the mayor, also Mayhew, had told him, "Oh, you've got a beard." So he shaves. And he obviously cuts himself a bit, because anybody who's shaved before knows that before you know what you're doing, you're gonna nick the skin. After you know what you're doing, you're gonna nick the skin. No matter what you do, you're gonna nick the skin. Obviously, having a better razor means less skin nicking, but I digress. So then, the mayor, the child mayor, and all the other kids make fun of him. He becomes an outcast. He goes to live on Mount Crumpet, and he hates it from there on. And then, he meets Cindy Lou Who at the post office. And Cindy Lou is like, "You know what? No. We're going to invite the Grinch to be part of Christmas." Because Cindy Lou Who is spending the entire movie trying to figure out the meaning of Christmas. Like, what's the point of it? Here in Whoville, all we're doing is buying presents, putting things on sale, buying presents, putting things on sale, buying presents. The sale only lasts 5 minutes. Buying presents. They've lost the meaning behind Christmas. So then, she's like, if I can get the Grinch to enjoy the holidays, perhaps people will begin to learn the meaning of Christmas again. And then you have the usual, he goes and he steals everything and he goes to dump it all, but then in this one, Cindy Lou Who's just chilling up on the sleigh, and she's like, "Hey, there you are." And he's like, "No, there you are." Saves her life and everything. It's fantastic. And everybody accepts him, and he becomes a warm, caring, lovable member of society. The mayor gets what's coming to him, obviously, because he was mean. Plus, the Jim Carrey one has all the usual Jim Carrey comedy in it, which I love. And there's the story for that. Now, the newer one, I feel with the story, it gives you much more. I'm not sure what word I'm looking for, but like, you gain so much character depth and knowledge and connection to the Grinch, because in the animated one, the Grinch is really just looking for somewhere to belong. It's not so much at that point that he hates Christmas or he hates the Who's. He hates the overall noise and everything, and the inconvenience of having to deal with it and everything, because he's missing that whole warm feeling. So you can see throughout the movie where he has moments where he's like, maybe I could be a part of that, or I wish I had that, sort of thing. And in the animated one, Cindy Lou Who isn't looking for the meaning of Christmas. She's looking for Santa Claus so that she can give Santa her Christmas wish, which is she wishes for her mom to, have some help, because she tries so hard. Because in this one, Cindy Lou Who's mother is a single mother, and she's got Cindy Lou Who, and then she's got the twins, her little twin brothers. And she works hard. She's at work all day. She's struggling and everything, and which allows people to connect more in modern society, because people are struggling to get by these days. And you've obviously got the people that are well off, but then you have the people that are they're just trying so hard just to stay afloat, sort of thing. And it is getting harder and harder, and this allows you to connect more. with Cindy Lou's mother as a character. The Grinch's neighbor, he just wants to be friends with him and doesn't seem to understand why the Grinch keeps saying they're not friends. The Grinch keeps saying, like I said, Grinch keeps saying they're not friends. He doesn't understand why he wants to be his friend, sort of thing, which is weird, on the whole, because, like I said before, the Grinch is looking to be a part of things, have family and everything, and that's a big part of it, which is why it makes it so, it makes you feel so good at the end, because the Grinch ends up embracing him as his friend, and it's beautiful. I don't want to reveal too much in the story because there's still all the body of it, the story, but they are funny, the animated and the Jim Carrey one. Good for the whole family sort of thing. They throw some jokes in there that the kids don't get, but the adults get, so the adults laugh, and then the kids laugh because the adults are laughing. They don't know why they're laughing, but laughter is contagious after all. So there's your story comparison, and just for fun, I'm going to throw an artistic style comparison. So obviously the original tried their best to keep Dr. Seuss's entire animation style whilst animating it to be more realistic, where if you look at the illustrations in the original, in the book, they're very similar to the animation style, but they're much more extravagant, let's say. So there's the first one. The Jim Carrey one, obviously live action, but I feel they did a very good job with scenes, sets, backdrops, all that stuff to make it more similar to more modern How the Grinch Stole Christmas. They've got all these buildings, all these stores, all these houses and everything. They're overpopulated, and they even have the post office. I'm not sure why they have the post office, because I've never seen any indication that there's any town besides Whoville. And then the new version, as far as animation goes, is extremely well done. You could tell, with a lot of parts, that they spent a lot of time and effort on animating those. It feels because they made it so that the buildings looked more realistic, so it feels more realistic, I guess you could say. And there you have it, a brief comparison of the 3 How the Grinch Stole Christmas movies. I hope you join me tomorrow for another Advent calendar video, and I hope you enjoyed today's. Like I said, feel free to comment below other videos you'd like to see, either in the Advent calendar or just on the channel in general. And as I had mentioned, if you become a patron at the Patreon link in the description below, I am pretty much guaranteed to make the video you request, within reason. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me, and as always, have a peaceful day and happy holidays. Bye.